the rest of the cap of what I do not need. So that's the ratio, and I'm using this blow dryer on high heat, yeah, until it's dry. And then once it's dry, this is what it looks like. And now I'm just taking my scissors and cutting off all of the excess cap. Comes to the back of the cap, I like to cut it and turn it into a knot. This just keeps the cap secured the whole time the wig is on. Shout out to the girl who showed me how to do this on TikTok first. I wish I knew who she was, but yeah, shout out to her. So to tint our cap today, I'm going to be using my Ruby Kisses Cream Foundation in RD15, and then this foundation brush that I got from my local beauty supply store. And I'm using a whole lot of this. I didn't show you guys, the whole process of me putting this on, but just know I put a whole lot. I put pounds and pounds of this on my cap just so I can give scalp and skin for real, like new head for real. This is the inside of the wig. As you can see, I tinted the lace. I bleached the knots and I also plucked it. This is what it looks like on, and once it's on, you want to cut off those extra pieces on the lace. Those pieces that are kind of grayish and white, that kind of thick piece, you want to cut that off because that's not going to have your wig laying flat. So before I melt this lace, I'm going to be using 70% acetic alcohol in this cotton pad to clean off my skin of any of that makeup or skin oils that could interfere with the melting of this lace. To have my cap laying a little bit more seamlessly and flat, I'm going to be using my Better The Melt glue in the white version. I'm going to be using a little bit of that on the perimeter of it and then smoothing it out with a, what's those things called? Oh, a popsicle stick. Okay, I was nervous, but I was excited to do a glueless install, but yeah, let's get into it. So as you guys seen, I'm using the same spray that I used before for our cap, which is the Wonder Lace Bond Adhesive Spray Extra Mega Hold. So you guys can see how I'm applying it. I'm applying it the same way as I would using glue, you feel me? But yeah, it started to lift up my cap, which I wasn't too worried about because it didn't lift up too much, but since it was wet, of course it did lift up my cap a little bit. The directions on the bottle says to wait until it is tacky until you apply your next section of spray, which makes sense. It's the same thing like glue. So I'm like, okay, makes sense. So that's what I did. I used 4 sections, and it also says on the directions to blow dry it with cool air, so that's what I did as well. And I waited until all of those sections was tacky, and then I went ahead and applied the wig. But yeah, you guys can see me here doing all of the sections. Y'all can see the makeup on my skin. I was like, uh-oh, but it did not interfere with the install at all. So I'm pulling the wig down and I'm applying it right where that glue was, and I'm using my fingers to, push it into my skin or whatever, and it laid down really nicely. And I used my comb as I would with the glue, my fine tooth comb, and my blow dryer to melt it a little bit further. And I used another layer of spray as well before I tied it down. I let this sit for exactly 10 minutes, and in the meanwhile, I'm going to be taking my hot comb and smoothing out this hair, pressing it out. As you can see, this is in real time, so this is how slow I'm actually moving in real life. I attempted to get this part straight, but for some reason with closures, they always come out looking a little crooked. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But now I took off the elastic band, and I am now cutting off the lace with this razor. I'm going straight across. Now, if this was a 13x4, lace, I would have cut it in the middle with my scissors first. But yeah, I just cut it with my razor the whole entire time. Didn't use my scissors at all. Now I'm pulling out my baby hairs. I haven't been liking how thick my baby hairs have been looking lately. Like, the idea of it be cute until I see people with them fluffy light ones and I'll be like, that's what I want. So next install, you probably will see me with some thinner baby hairs, but you know, it was cute for this install, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm kind of getting tired of it. So yeah, we're going to switch it up here in this next video. Stay tuned. But yeah, so I'm taking those out and then I'm plucking some more just because, you feel me, I wanted to give a little bit more scalp action, so I plucked a little bit more. Now that that's done, I'm taking my hot comb before I use any product and I'm just smoothing all of that plucking out, and then I'm going to be hot combing my hairs as well, my baby hairs, just so they can look straight and sleek once they are being styled. Highly recommend to hot comb your baby hairs, especially if you're dealing with curly or textured hair. But yeah, so I'm doing that on both sides. See how precise I'm being? Exactly, that's what you want to do. Adding some product. I'm using my Lustrous Free Nutrient Slick Stick and I'm using that on my hair, smoothing it out with my fingers, as you can see here. Then I'm going to be hot combing that product through, getting that nice and sleek. Y'all see it, getting nice and sleek and pressed out, looking real flat. It's going to be looking really flat after this. So to melt this lace even further into our skin, I'm going to be using my Hair Polisher Olive Firm Hold Spritz Hairspray by Icy Fantasia. And I'm going to be spraying that all over, as you guys can see here. And I'm going to be wrapping that up for about 10 minutes again and continue to style my hair. I'm using my same heat protector straightening spray and my hot comb just to further, you know, get this wig looking super flat and just shiny. Not shiny in a bad way, of course, but you want your hair to not be looking dry, okay? So this, using hairsprays like this and hair polishers really help with that, along with your hot comb. So now I'm taking my razor and I'm going to shave down my baby hairs. I'm not going to tell you guys the inch of what it is, because girl, I really do not know. You guys can just see it for yourselves with your eyeballs of how long or short that my baby hairs are. So yeah, repeating that on the other side. Then I'm going to go in with my pencil flat iron by Kiss and curling my baby hairs, so they can give that fluffy natural look. And once they're laying down, it's going to be very easy to do so, okay? If you're still installing your wigs without using your flat iron to curl your baby hairs, what exactly are you doing? This was only $18. Invest. But yeah, I go over my baby hairs about 4 times with this flat iron. Ladies, down, I'm using my Got2b glue gel in black, and I'm not using it, as you guys can see. You guys see what I'm doing here? I'm not taking it all the way down to that fluffy part, to that part where it's curled. I'm keeping that gel at the beginning of the baby hairs, okay? And then when I use my comb, you feel me, when I use my comb and my edge brush, what it's going to do is push that product down and move it down, because you don't want to use too much of this, okay? If you use too much, your baby hair is going to be looking crusty. Don't ever rush your baby hairs, okay? Because you see how precise I'm being here. I'm making sure that those are all lined up. I don't know how to explain. Y'all know I say this in every video. It's very hard to explain when I'm doing my baby hairs, but what I can tell you is you want to be focused. You want to be focused, and you want to have some type of inspiration if you don't know what you're doing. Even if you do know what you're doing, I still like to use inspiration pictures of how people do their baby hairs. But yeah, I had to cut those down a little bit because they weren't, they were a little too long for my liking. But yeah, y'all see what I'm doing? making it in a C shape. That is really what I try to focus on the most when I'm doing my baby hairs, is making it into a C shape, keeping it, pushing that product, not the product, but you know, the baby hairs forward. You see? Forward, C shape, C shapes. So now that the install part is complete, I'm going to finish my crimps. I only did I did 4 more, but I actually re-crimped one of the crimps because it was looking a little too loose for me. I'm not really too much of a fan of soft crimps, you guys. Like, I like my crimps to be looking really, you know, firm. You feel me? Like, soft crimps are cool, and that's how they came out, because I didn't want to use too much of that got to be glue spray, because I didn't want them to be crunchy. But like I said before, guys, I do recommend using the Tresemme strong hold with touchable feel extra hold spray. Okay, that's what I recommend to you guys, and that's what I use once I crimped my hair again after this, once they kind of wore off. But yeah, but when it came to this glueless install, you guys, I really enjoyed it. It lasted 5 days. No glue. Okay, we used that Ebin holding, not that holding spray, but adhesive spray, and I really liked it. I think I'm going to do a lot more glueless installs, because I got the same results as I would if I did use glue. So yeah, stay tuned to see more of those. But yeah, just watch me do my crimps. I wanted to just say that a little bit, you know, talk a little bit more for you guys. So these were the crimps once they were finished. I thought they looked really cute. Y'all see the 32 inches. So now I'm taking my Salon Graphics High Beams Intense Temporary Spray on hair color in the color black, and my comb to just define that part a little bit more. Then I'm taking this angled makeup brush and I'm applying more concealer to my part to get that looking real crisp and clean, you feel me? Then I'm taking some oil sheen, and that is it, you guys.